I'll record it. I'll just record it for the sake of anyone that's not on live, but it's not like it's whatever. So we'll record for those people. And then for those that are on live, I think we're all in different stages as far as using oils. Julie, I know you've been using oils for quite a bit. Megan, Britt. So there's some people that are on that are brand new, and then some that are seasoned oil users. So my intention is for tonight to go over ways that both of us, both categories, whether we're brand new or seasoned, Ayla, you're on it, then we're speaking to both of those. And my goal is, because I know for me, if it's a lot of steps, I'm not going to stick with it. So my goal for tonight is to give a couple of ideas, a couple of small things, and then you take with that whatever resonates and make the shifts rather than trying to add in 37 new routines. And there's some other wellness advocates that will all introduce ourselves, but I think it would be cool to hear other people's daily habits, not just mine, so we can all jump around and share those. So for the sake of keeping myself organized, I do have a PowerPoint, but that doesn't mean that this is stuffy and formal. It just means that I will go on tangents if I don't. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to have everybody muted just so that we don't have a ton of background noise. How many times do we accidentally scream at a kid in the background and then we're like, oh, dang, I'm not muted. So to save everybody from that embarrassment, I'll mute you, but please feel free to unmute yourself to talk. Ayla, you're not muted, so don't do anything embarrassing.
Oh, good to know. Okay.
I didn't mute you because I want you to chime in. So I will go ahead and share my screen. We can talk about this as we go. So tonight, again, the intention is to share quick and easy essential oil habits that we can integrate into things that we're already doing. There's a really good book called Atomic Habits, and he talks about in the book, the premise is making a 1% shift. So this, like, set an intention of, okay, tonight in this workshop, I want to find something that I can do that will make a 1% shift in my health. And how he describes it is, if you have an airplane leaving from California and that airplane makes a 1% shift, if it's supposed to end up in North Carolina and you make that 1 degree shift, it's going to end up in a totally different state over the course of looking at that. So, and I like that, because sometimes we get into these extreme ways of thinking that it has to be all or nothing. And we can just look at this as, okay, one small thing. So, oh yeah, I should probably introduce myself. Hi, I'm Katrina. I am an integrative holistic life coach, and my passion is really around raising the energetic frequency in our body and in our life. And I'm going to talk about what that means specifically to me, because sometimes we hear the word energy and there's some confusion. We also have Ayla on that's going to be sharing. Ayla, do you want to introduce yourself real quick?
My name is Ayla Martin. I currently live in St. John, which is in the Virgin Islands. I work on boats, but my true passion lies in teaching people how to live a healthier lifestyle with plant medicine, essential oils, and diet and nutrition.
Cool. Thanks, Ayla. And Britt's on as well. Britt, I'm not sure if you can introduce yourself. No, she might be in the middle of something. So
I am here. Sorry.
That's okay. I put you completely on the spot. So I didn't know if you wanted to just introduce yourself. And
yeah, I am here. I've been involved. Can you see me?
You just flipped it to your mirror.
Okay. Well, I have been involved with essential oils and doTERRA since 2018, but I am currently getting my house all ready for my baby that's coming in 12 weeks from today. So I'm a little bit of a hot mess tonight because our whole house got flipped upside down tonight, but I'm pumped to be here. My background is in massage therapy. I love all things health and wellness, and I will chime in all my self-care activities after I can join in.
I love it.
Really.
I love it. Thank you for bringing the real life element into this. I love that. Thank you. So our intention for tonight is to go over energy as far as the way that I see energy, because I think it will set the foundation for the habits that we're going to talk about. And then we're going to talk about what essential oils are and how you can weave them into the day-to-day, and then what we can do to implement massive shifts. Those are my kids and my husband. I'll just add that in. Okay, so let's talk about energy the way that I see it as a way to set the foundation for tonight's discussion. And the way that I view how we experience ourselves in our body is on this energetic staircase. So the way I view it is energy is how you feel in your body when you just are sitting right here. So like kind of tap into your body, maybe even close your eyes, take a breath in, and just notice how your body feels right now. Do you feel exhausted? Do you feel heavy? Do you feel drained? Do you feel tense? What is that experience in the body? And the reason that I like to look at that is because our body is a reflection of our life. All of our thoughts, all of our habits, it's all a reflection, and it all mirrors each other. And if we have low energy in our body, we're in a state of dis-ease. If we have high energy in our body, we're in a state of ease. So what I think about as ease is let me just give you a kind of experience in your body. Think about when you're really happy. Maybe you got your dream job. Maybe you just had a great connection with a friend. Maybe it's like just something really excited happening. You have a lot of energy in those circumstances. Now let's look at low energy in our body. This would be like grief or shame, where you want to curl up in your bed. So our body is constantly fluctuating through different energetic states. We can fuel our body with high energy choices, or we can fuel our body with low energy choices. And so what we're talking about tonight are choices that we can make to fuel our body with high energy habits so that our body can operate in more of a state of ease. So if you look at some of the contributing factors around creating a sense of ease in our body, it's things like whole foods, foods that come from the earth, fruits, vegetables, clean meats, grains, high quality supplementation, moving our body, having financial freedom, having a clean and clear environment, our healthy relationships, emotional healing, positive self-talk. That's a big one that impacts our health, making proactive lifestyle choices, and then high quality essential oils. So we have all of these choices that we can bring into our body. And again, the intention for tonight is let's talk about little things, a 10-second choice here, a 10-second choice here that all creates this state of ease within our body. And then we have low energetic choices that we can create in our body. And these lower energetic choices are eating things like processed foods. Like we all can, I think, relate in that if we eat a ton of sugar and a ton of pasta, as much as it's comforting in that moment, we feel crappy afterwards. That's a low energetic food choice for our body. And so we feel really drained and lethargic. So processed foods, no supplementation or low quality supplementations, supplements that you can get over the counter, a lot of times have a lot of fillers and additives. So they're not really doing a lot of benefit for the body. A sedentary lifestyle, debt, that's a big one. I know for us, when we had a lot of experiences with debt, it was like completely draining for me. Chemical cleaners and beauty products, things that we have in our environment. We're going to not talk about it a ton tonight, but I think all of you that are on here are already aware of the chemicals that are in our environment, both emotionally and physically, but I'm intending it for physical in this part, but how like having a Glade plug-in in all of our outlets is just creating chemicals, creating that state of dis-ease within our body. Unhealthy relationships, unhealed trauma, low quality self-talk, over-the-counter essential oils. We're going to talk about the differences, synthetic prescriptions, a reactive lifestyle, and self-sabotaging behaviors. So every moment we have decision of it. Are we going to choose ease or dis-ease? Anyone have any thoughts or questions around this? Does it make sense? I would love some feedback. Does it make sense? Can we at least get that as like a, okay.
It all makes sense.
Okay, thank you. Cool. So I will say this because I do enjoy engagement, that let's do some giveaways. So if you're engaging and you're responding, I'm going to just do a random giveaway. So let's just do that because I will bribe you to talk, because it makes this next 45 minutes so much more enjoyable for all of us if we all talk instead of just me. Okay, so that is energy. And now that's going to take those concepts and apply them to what we're about to talk through. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is having high quality supplementation, whatever that looks like. I am extremely passionate about this Lifelong Vitality Pack. Ayla, I'd love for you to share. Britt, I'd love for you to share. But the premise, and I'm not a science person, so I'm not going to go into all of the science and all of it behind it. But what I didn't understand, I was introduced to doTERRA a little more than 8 years ago. And at the time I was running a marathon. I thought it was really healthy, but I had a whole slew of health issues going on. And what I didn't understand was that the supplements that we take that are over the counter, a lot of times are filled with a lot of synthetics. And it's almost like you have a computer error message that comes up, you know, when you get those like symbols and error message symbols on a computer. I guess maybe not so much anymore, but there used to be that, where you would get this error message. And it's like, you know, your computer's telling you something, but you don't know actually what all of those symbols mean. I think of that with over-the-counter supplementation. It's like we put it in our body knows that it's supposed to be doing something, but it doesn't quite know because it's synthetic, and we end up excreting the majority of those out. And I just didn't understand that when I was before I was introduced to doTERRA. And so what is so unique about this supplement pack is that so Microplex is food nutrients. So this would be like eating a bowl of kale, dandelion, parsley, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. It's all of those vitamin A, B, C, all of those vitamins that our body needs that we would ideally be getting from our fruits and vegetables and the foods that we're eating. But unfortunately, because our soil isn't as nutrient dense as it used to be, we're not getting that. And so you can see down here, one apple from the 1950s would be the equivalent of needing to nutritionally eat 100 apples today. And so we just have a nutrition gap in our society. And so this fills that. Omegas, I didn't realize the importance of omegas, but especially for women hormonally, an omega is really important. I had had my thyroid removed at 21, and I didn't understand at that point in my life how important omegas were for thyroid health. So that's another thing. And then you'll notice there's essential oils in here. We're not talking specifically yet about essential oils, but I do want to just share that there's clove, which is listed the highest on the ORAC score for being antioxidants, and then frankincense, which helps with cellular health. And then these are other essential oils that just help with detoxing the body and supporting the cells. And then I joke, Alpha CRS is the can't remember shit pill. It helps with your brain. It helps with overall cellular repair and just keeping the cells healthy. So I just want to share from my own personal experience why this is something that I'm starting off our workshop on tonight. I mentioned I had health stuff. I had my thyroid removed when I was 21. I had a lot of hormonal stuff going on where I would have to leave work because my menstrual cycles were so painful. And I had, the joke was I knew where all of the bathrooms, I was at the time a traveling speech pathologist. And the joke was I knew where all of the bathrooms in the surrounding county was because I needed to use them so frequently. And so there was just a lot of digestive things going on. And once I started doing just this habit, it's a very quick, takes 2 seconds a day to take my supplements, but it made such a huge difference. And Ayla, I don't know if you want to share a testimony, or Britt, if you do, but it's a small routine that I feel can make such a big shift. You want to share anything, Ayla?
I will say for me, when I do take them consistently, I notice that during that time of the month, I don't feel as crampy as if I were to not take them.
Mhm.
And I've kind of experimented with it, where I've let myself run out of them or I haven't gotten them in time. And I do notice that I feel more crampy if I don't have them during that time. And the essential oils in the omegas, I know with a lot of omegas that have like fish oil, you'll burp that up, but having the essential oils in that keeps that from happening.
Yeah. Cool. Brett, I see you unmuted yourself too. Do you want to share?
Yeah, for me, it was hormonal in the beginning, and that's why I chose to get on supplementation. And I had never had high quality supplements before. So when I was introduced to these, I definitely was intrigued. And then what I noticed, like most people, I forgot to order them again. So after I had been off of them for a little while, I realized how much they regulated my mood too. And I was just in such a better place emotionally when I take them. And I always would get like sick multiple times a year. And that's just like not happening anymore since taking these regularly. So I know there's a lot of other like lifestyle pieces too, but I'm kind of seeing that trickle down effect where, okay, if I'm taking my supplements, I'm not going to eat crappy because I'm already taking the time to take my supplements. So I don't want to and then like I'm more likely to work out and to do mindset stuff and all that. So I do appreciate like that cycle that happens too.
Yeah. I was just on a coaching call right before this, and we were talking about like the intention of just taking your supplements. Like you're literally setting the intention as you're doing the act of it. Is like, okay, I'm nourishing my body. Like it just is a shift. One of the things that typically comes up, okay, so these you take you take half a dose in the morning and then half a dose in the evening. And this little hack, actually, Brittany shared with me, this is a supplement case that you can get right on your Amazon, if you have Amazon or wherever online. But what's nice about this is there's a half of the container is for morning and half is for nighttime. So I think it's $9.99 on Amazon, but it's awesome because then on Sunday, and they have some of these where you get 2 of these in the pack. So I have a few of them. And so every couple of weeks, I just go through and fill them up. And then I keep them right on the counter, which is so handy. And then that way when I go grab a glass of water in the morning and my coffee, I just grab this. So this was like, again, if we're going over quick and easy, this is a 10-second shift that makes a massive impact on your health. And then I have, I don't know if you've all heard about the MetaPower. We're going to talk about MetaPower more on Saturday morning at 9 Eastern time. So if you are curious to learn about that, but I want to talk about it for just a second tonight, not in depth, but this is just a morning routine that makes such a massive shift with my day. But so I have my supplements right in here, a probiotic. So a probiotic gives your digestive system the good bacteria that it needs to help with the immune system, help with just overall the ecosystem. Our body is constantly hit with preservatives and antibiotics and things that pull out that good bacteria. And so this is just giving it back into the body. So that's in my pill container. So I just grab a pill container and then I grab one of these little sachets and that you just dump in your water. This is collagen and NMN. And basically this is my very rudimentary way of explaining it, but our body at the age of 30 stops naturally producing NAD+, which is what our body, the cells need in order to stay healthy, essentially. And so NMN is a supplement that they're seeing now we can bring into our body. Our body converts it to NAD+, and then it keeps the longevity in our cells. So it basically reduces the cellular aging in the body. So it's big for overall metabolic health and just the cells in your body. So I take this and then my supplements with the probiotic, and that's just morning. That's my morning routine. And then at night, I just take the supplements. I don't take the MetaPower, but that's, if you take nothing away from this workshop, add in that. I feel like that makes such a huge difference. So that's a thing. And I think the easier that we can make it on ourselves, the better that it is. Okay. So
I do.
go ahead.
I just have I just wanted to touch on the probiotic. What's unique about that is that it's double encapsulated. So the prebiotic actually has a chance to make it down into your lower intestines where it needs to go versus being destroyed by your stomach acid in the stomach. And then in turn, you also don't have to refrigerate it because of that reason.
Cool. Thank you for adding that in. I feel like that's a thing that people always want to know. So thank you. Cool. Okay. So the 3 ways that you can use the oil. So this again, let's just talk about a quick and easy little routine that you can add in so that you can make a big shift. We have, okay, so aromatic. So your emotional state matters. We talk about ease or dis-ease. This has come up in my life the past 2 days, the morning routine. If I am in a good mood, my kids get ready so easily. It's like, it's such a nice, easy morning. If I'm in a bad mood, everyone's late. No one likes what they're wearing. It's complete chaos. And I notice such a difference. Like if I'm diligent with getting the diffuser going, putting oils on, getting myself grounded before I wake up the kids, it makes a huge difference for me. But even without kids, like just before you go to work, having a grounding routine so that you can start your day feeling good. So anyways, aromatic would be taking a drop of oil, breathing it in, applying it to your chest so that you can be smelling it, putting a diffuser on. Our sense of smell speaks to the portion of our brain that regulates our mood. So if you're wanting to raise the energy and create emotional ease, diffusing is a really easy way. You just put a couple of drops in a diffuser and it instantly creates that response in the neural pathways. Topical is another way. And what is unique about using oils topically is our skin, anything that we apply to our skin goes into our bloodstream within 20 to 30 seconds and goes to the site where it's needed within 20 to 30 minutes, which is why chemical like lotions and beauty care products are creating such a state of dis-ease within our body, because it's going into our bloodstream and it's just added chemicals that our body needs to detox. But if we look at topical, so you would have put oils on the bottom of your feet, on your pulse points, maybe on your stomach, if your stomach is in knots or upset, or you're having some sort of a digestive issue. So you can apply it right to the area or the spine of the feet. And it helps with either a skin sensitivity, or if you just want to boost overall the immune system, or maybe you have a lot of inflammation in your body, you can use oils topically for that. And I want to talk right now about the difference. In the beginning, I was talking about the difference between low quality and high quality essential oils. And the reason that this is so important is typically when you go over the counter, you can find essential oils like at Walmart or the grocery store, and they'll say 100% pure. But companies only need to have 10 to 20% in the bottle of what they say is in there. The rest can be chemical fillers. So you think, oh, I'm doing this great thing by applying 100% pure lavender on my skin, and it's 90% chemicals or fillers. The other 10% is actually oil. So you just want to be cautious with that. And as we're talking about the benefits of, let's say, lavender tonight, that doesn't mean going out and getting a lavender scented candle is going to reap the same benefits, because those are chemicals. And then we have food grade, again, made in a lab. So chewing peppermint gum is not going to create the same experience as using peppermint essential oil. And then there's certified peer tested grade. And that's what doTERRA's quality standard is, which is why we can use these as more of a proactive living style or our healthcare model, because we're using this. It's exactly what it says it is. So there's a little number on the bottom and a scan code, and you can go on source2you.com and you can see where that plant itself, so essential oils come from plants, where that plant was harvested, all of the testing that was done to ensure the purity and all of the specifics about that batch, which is very unique in the essential oil world. No other company has that rigorous standards, which is important when we're looking at using this to increase our vitality. And then the third way that you can use oils is internally. Internally is really unique because it's, again, a very quick and easy. You put 1 or 2 drops of lemon in your water in the morning. Lemon helps to detox the body. And for men and women, the toxins that creep in from all of our food, our environment, all slug down the body. So when we drink a citrus in our water, it's helping to pull that sludge out of the body. So it's a very, again, quick, you're already drinking water, put a couple of drops of oil in it. Just make sure you use a glass cup, not plastic. And then you drink that in and it makes a huge difference. Another oil that people typically use internally is frankincense. Frankincense, if you just Google benefits of frankincense, helps a ton with cellular health. There's all sorts of research articles on its properties with an ability to help out with tumors. So you can Google any of that. But again, one drop, you're taking it internally and it makes a big difference. So as far as figuring out how am I using each of the different oils? The easiest way that I would say is if you're looking at using oils for mood, use them aromatically, either by breathing them in or putting them in a diffuser. If you want to support your whole body's health, you're going to use them topically and internally. If you're using them on your kids, you're going to probably stick with topical. And then if you want to do detox, cellular health, or an organ specific, it'll be internal typically. And we have all sorts of resources to help out with that. Any questions, or Britt or Ayla or anyone on want to add any comments? No, I talk fast, I know. So if you want me to say anything over, Ayla, is there anything that I missed?
No, I think you hit it all.
Okay. So then if we're looking at different oils, and I kind of already said all of this, but when we're looking at using essential oils, what is very unique and interesting about essential oils is they come from nature. So they're very intuitive as far as when they go into our body, they know what to do. So if we're looking at pulling out inflammation in our body, it's almost like oils come in and there's this flashing red light that's saying inflammation, inflammation, inflammation. And the oils go to that area and help to pull out the chronic inflammation. So they know what they're supposed to do. Depending on the oil that we're using, oils hold anti-inflammatory, antiviral, anti-spasmodic, antibacterial. It just depends. So each oil has different properties. And again, we can help guide you as far as that goes, but they're very effective from that standpoint as well. Okay, so let's just talk. We're talking about simple routines. So this is a bundle. This is called the Healthy Habits Kit, and it has pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about tonight as far as the quick and easy things. So you have here, we're talking about lifelong vitality, taking those supplements really easy, probiotic. We talked about that. Terrazyme, that's a digestive enzyme that you can, again, if you're already taking supplements, you can just add it in. If you have digestive issues, this is a good one. Or if you have a lot of like cystic growth in the body, or you work out a lot and you need help with like muscle repair or ligament repair, that is also good for that. And you would just take it with meals and it helps your body to absorb the nutrients. So for me, if I eat a very carb heavy meal, I'll take extra of the Terrazyme, but that's what that one's for.
Also,
So
good
let's-
for people who are sensitive to gluten. Like if they do end up having gluten, taking that afterwards is really helpful.
Yeah. Perfect ad. Thank you. So then this just talks about, there's some other oils and I wanted to talk about those as far as a daily routine. So I'm going to stop sharing for just a second so we can have a conversation and we can share what we're all doing on our daily basis. But so for me, when I wake up, I go right out. My very beginning routine is I have the supplements right there. I drink a glass of water. I put a couple of drops of lemon in. It's right there. Take my supplements. That's the first thing that I do with the MetaPower is either right at that point or when I eat food. And then I usually make my pot of coffee and then I'll go over to my oil stand and I pick an oil depending on how I'm feeling for that day. So if I'm feeling more tired, maybe I stayed up later, I'll choose a mint or a citrus. So just if you're taking notes, just think to yourself, citruses are cleansing. We talked about the detox properties, but they're also like sunshine in a bottle. So they're your uplifting oils. So if you're needing a little boost, you're going to go to your citrus oils. So something like tangerine or lemon, and then mints are also uplifting. So if you're really tired, a mint or a citrus is great. If you wake up and you're feeling more anxious, or throughout the day, you're feeling more anxious, Balance is called the grounding blend, and that helps to put your body in a state of emotional homeostasis. So if you're feeling on edge, or when I used to do a lot of home visits for work, I was anxious a lot. It was like I was going into this environment and all of a sudden, like I'm just super anxious and aware of everything that's going on. And so something like Balance worked really well for me to help my emotions to be more regulated. But if maybe your work is super stressful, that would be a good one as well. And then when I now fast forward, when I am brushing my teeth, I put a drop of frankincense under my tongue, because remember, it helps with cellular health. And I think that's something that all of us can benefit from, keeping ourselves healthy. It also is able to penetrate through what's called the blood-brain barrier and pull out inflammation in the brain. So again, if you want to keep your brain healthy, maybe you have a lot of migraines or you have a lot of headaches, that's just a great proactive routine that you can get into to help out with brain health. And then if there is another like quick and easy routine is, let's say I'm going to be sitting at the computer for a long time, that's when I might grab that Deep Blue, which is kind of like icy hot in the synthetic world, but it's a natural pain reliever. It just helps with like soothing tension in our shoulders or any of the muscles, but that's just another quick and easy routine that can help with any sort of pain or headaches or anything like that. So frankincense, a citrus in my water, an oil for mood. So some other ones, depending on what you might be experiencing. Adaptive is a great one if you experience more anxiousness. So when you hear a word like adaptive, that's a blend, meaning they've put multiple oils together for a specific purpose. Balance is a blend. It's designed for grounding, emotional balance. Something like peppermint, that's one oil. So peppermint, one plant, adaptive, multiple plants. So those are just like a couple of quick and easy daily routines that are fresh on my mind. Ayla, do you want to add anything, or Megan or Helen, Britt, Ricky, anyone that's currently using oils consistently? Is there any other something quick that you want to share for a routine that you notice to be?
I mean, I like to use peppermint or breathe oil on my chest before a workout, because it helps open the airways and helps to get your breathing going, and helps your oxygen uptake by like 15 or 20%.
Yeah. You know what, for me too, to add piggyback with that breathe and peppermint, if I'm anxious, so I mentioned Balance is really good for grounding, but if I have anxiousness in my chest, I feel like anxiousness for me is either in my stomach. Balance and Serenity works really well if it's in my stomach. If it's in my chest, breathe or peppermint works really well. So that's another kind of like, if you deal with anxiousness, where is it in your body? And then you can kind of pick one or the other. So I like that.
Before bed, I'm always putting either lavender or Serenity on the bottoms of my feet and a little bit on my pillow and diffuser, and I definitely feel like it helps me get calm and sleep better.
Awesome. I didn't even talk about nighttime routine. Thank you for adding that. I focus on like the morning and that. The other thing we were just talking, Ayla, about peppermint. You know what is also magical is to put a drop of oil on the bottom of your shower. So in the morning or at night, depending on when you shower, but I shower in the morning and I have a bottle of peppermint right in the bathroom, and then it's just a couple drops and the steam. It's like a spa experience. It's awesome. There's a couple of chats. I'm just gonna what oils for anxious stomach? Okay, so stomach is more, you're going to want to go with more tree-based oils typically for like more of a grounding. So I'm not sure if you're talking digestive or just straight anxiousness, but my suggestion would be balance on I would put it right on my stomach. Serenity is another, digestive. So there's an oil called Digest Zen, and it is specifically for digestive issues. So if you have some sort of digestive issues, you can either apply the oil right to your stomach, or you can put it in your water. They do also, and this is all on promotion this month, so we can talk about that in just a second, but they do have soft gels of Digest Zen. So it's an oil specifically for digestive upset in a soft gel. And then you can just take those. Sometimes that's the preferred way, because it kind of Digest Zen, the blend tastes like black licorice, and it's just not everyone's favorite taste. And then Stephanie, just to follow up on that, the Terrazyme supplement that we were talking about and the Lifelong Vitality help a ton with digestive issues. Does that answer your question, or is there anything else, Stephanie? Perfect. Cool. Anyone else? What other things? We have plenty of time. I have a little bit more that I'm going to talk about, but let's just do open dialogue. What other health things do you have going on, or what other, like, thinking about your day, what tends to be the time of day or the experiences that put your body in dis-ease?
That mid-afternoon slump, that like 2 hours after lunch, I will a lot of times do peppermint or something like that for uplifting, just to get us through. I mean, once you hit the 3 and 4 o'clock, then I'm through it, but it's the middle there.
I love that
Yeah,
you
you-
brought that up.
Yeah.
Awesome, Helen. Thank you. Yeah. Peppermint and wild orange, I feel like, are people, or peppermint and tangerine, or any of those mints and citruses together. I love it. And so you know what, when you brought that up, for me, my eating, and I literally said this to my husband tonight, because I came home and I get home at I'll go pick up my kids, and then I'm home at 4 or 4:30. And I come home and I am like a eating machine in that window of time. It's like, I just want to eat everything. I'm starving. I've ate well all day. And then it's like, it's almost like a blackout. Like, I'm just so hungry. So anyways, if that's you, drinking lemon in your water. Like, I came home today and I'm like, I am going to be so diligent right now about drinking oils and doing the things that I know. And my husband was laughing at me, but lemon in your water is awesome. Cinnamon oil, or there's also a MetaPower oil, and it helps with regulating blood sugar. And again, we're going to talk about MetaPower on Saturday, so I don't want to consume our whole chat on that tonight, but that also helps with blood sugar regulation, which goes back to that afternoon slump a little bit as well. So drinking the MetaPower oil can help with that as well.
That's a good idea too. Yeah.
Stephanie says, I will say the pasta statement you said earlier hit the nail on the head for me today. I had pasta last night and felt on edge all day. That's how I am with alcohol. We were just talking, there's a group of us that were just talking about this the other day. I love having a glass of wine. I will say I love having a glass of wine, but the next day I am so freaking anxious. It is such a low energy decision for me to drink alcohol, and I'll consciously make the decision. I'm not saying that I'm not human, but I know that the next day I'm going to be on edge. That's just
And lethargic.
Yeah. And my joints hurt. Like, it's all a trickle thing. Again, we make our decisions. Am I going to be anxious tomorrow with that if I drink that glass of wine? Yeah. And I sometimes drink it, but it's just having that awareness. But yeah, pasta for some people is like that as well. And then I think that's more of just listening to our body and consciously choosing to or not to, versus being on autopilot. I think that's the thing for me, is recognizing that the state of dis-ease doesn't have to be normal. And I thought that was just normal, to be sluggish before I was into doTERRA. So yeah, Stephanie said you guys just had that conversation before too. Yeah. What else? What other things have, allergies. I saw, Ricky, you said you have allergies. Okay, this is a cool one. So if you have, not that it's cool that you have allergies, I didn't mean it like that. This is cool, you have allergies, great, thank you. It's great for us because we get to talk about it, so thank you, Ricky. But lemon, lavender, and peppermint are the 3 oils that you would mix together. There's a supplement called Tri-Ease. It's a whole lot easier to take. It's lemon, lavender, and peppermint oil in a capsule, a soft gel, and you just take it. But if you have allergy response, I would say 2 things. Tri-Ease / lemon, lavender, and peppermint internally. And then the other thing would be increasing probiotics. So more of the PB Assist or PB Assist Junior, just to help with the gut health, because a lot of times there's a connection between the gut and the respiratory. So focusing on the gut as well. But lemon, lavender, and peppermint is also great in the diffuser. You can use Breathe oil, which is like a natural Vicks that also helps with the respiratory system. You can put that in the diffuser. Sometimes people say Purify, which is another blend, works really well. So a little bit of the thing with oils is sometimes there's a little bit of trial and error. Like I was on a coaching call last night and the woman is working through some things emotionally, which is causing digestive issues for her. So usually digestin is the oil that works the best for people when there's digestive stuff. But for her, it was fennel and ginger were the 2 that came up because it's an emotional connection. So sometimes you just have to play around, but those would be the ones that I would say. All right, what else?
And I just wanted to add that we also metabolize them really fast. So you do want to take them more like regularly than if you were to take a synthetic medication.
Oh, thank you for adding that up. Yeah, so your body metabolizes oils, the rate of your metabolism. So like every 3 to 4 hours you can reapply. You're not, or keep taking, you're not looking at overdose. I mean, you'd have to drink a whole bottle to have like a not great response. I'm not saying go do that, but you can use, like, if my kid's temperature is high, I can try peppermint and then, okay, that helped a little bit, but now I can go use supermint or spearmint or another mint to help out an hour later. It's not like you have to wait the 4 hours and rotate like you typically do with other stuff. But yeah, keep applying. So less is more. You only need 1 or 2 drops of oils, but more consistently. Thank you, Ayla, for adding that in. What else? What were the 3 again? Lemon, lavender, and peppermint. So lemon is your cleansing oil, or any citrus cleansing oil. Lavender is the calming oil. I didn't really talk about this actually. So lavender is calming. So if you have a bug bite, a bee sting, your skin is inflamed, you're having like a like maybe eczema type stuff, or just anytime your skin is pink, you can put lavender on and it's calming for that, but it's calming to the body as well. So that's kind of that like antihistamine type response. It just helps your body to calm. And then peppermint helps to open up the airway. Like Ayla was saying, it helps increase your oxygenation. What? Thanks. I swear I used to be a speech pathologist, but that word did not come easy. I still am a speech pathologist. But so that's why the 3 work so well together. Cool. What else? I like these. This is fun. Anybody else have anything? All right, I'm adding Steph and Ricky. You've both asked questions. You're going to get a little goodie prize added in. Now you're getting bribed. Does anybody else have any questions that you want to ask? We can wrap up if not. Okay. So a couple of other things that I just want to add in. Oh yeah. I wish that still was going. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Where did the present button go? Oh no, that's a print flyer. Hold on. Oh, that's not what I wanted you to see. All right, hold on. That's a different thing. Okay, so let me get my act together real quick. Anybody else have any questions while I do this? Ayla, is there anything that you can add in while I get myself organized because I lost my PowerPoint? Anything?
Let's see.
But you're right on the spot. All right, we're good. Anyway, I got it back. Good job. We could put you on the spot that way. Okay, I'm back. We got it. Okay, so then the last couple of things that I just wanted to share with you. So emotion oils, these typically come up for people, questions of what one. So we talked about lavender is a good one for calming. Serenity is a blend of, we joke that it's lavender on steroids because it's a bunch of calming oils. You can have calming from the tree, from trees, and also calming from flowers. So Serenity brings together trees and flowers. So it basically magnifies the calming benefits. Digestin, if you get overstimulated a lot, or you have, there's just a lot that gets thrown at you and it creates a lot of anxiety. Digestin helps you to digest physically, but it also helps your body to digest emotionally. So that's another good one to help with emotional overload and overstimulation. I know for me, if the kids are screaming and it's just loud, I'm like, I get on edge so fast. So Digestin is just a good one to help with that. Balance, I mentioned, is a good one emotionally to help with grounding. And then Adaptive is a good one for mental chatter and anxiousness. We've also talked about peppermint and breathe. Those aren't on here, but those would be for anxiousness as well. And then with these, when you're using oils from an emotional perspective, just to reiterate, we talked about putting them in a diffuser, which is great. I know I told Madison the other day, for me, like if you're on the go a lot, I'll just put a couple of drops. I have them right here, actually. Just put, like, if I'm on the go and I need an oil, I just put a couple of drops in my hand, rub it in. I might rub it on my chest, and then it's a breath in. And sometimes, like a citrus oil, they have a lot of antibacterial and antiviral properties. So I'll use it as almost like my hand sanitizer mixed with emotional benefit as well. So that's some other little hacks that you can do to help out from an emotional perspective. Any questions regarding emotions and using essential oils?
And the Digestin does come in a roller bottle. And I will add, the other night I woke up in the middle of the night twice, having to go to the bathroom, and then I rubbed the Digestin all over my stomach, and I was good after that. So not to be TMI, but let me tell you, that stuff helps.
It's real life. It's nice to have TMI moments so we can all learn from each other. So I mentioned that there is, or there are a lot of resources. This is one of the easiest ones. It's in an app. So if you can just download Essential Life app, and there's also another book called Modern Essentials. Both function very similar. But what I love about these is there are still health concerns after 8 years that I need to reference this book for. And I think I speak on behalf of any of the wellness advocates on here that are already intuitively using oils. We all have to look it up. So it's just a great resource because you can look up, let's say you get lavender because you want it for calming, but you want to learn other ways that you can use lavender. Well, you can look in the book and it will tell you all of the things that lavender helps with. And then in the back of the book, you can look up, it'll tell you, like, let's say you have struggle with migraines. You can go in there and it will tell you different protocols that you can try for migraines. So it's just a nice and easy, little hack on that. Does anybody on here have migraines at times? Is that something anybody do? One little hack is take your bottle of, yeah, sometimes. Okay. Take your bottle of frankincense, just put your, like, you probably can't see me very well. But pretend you can. So just take your bottle of frankincense, put your thumb like this, and then push up on the roof of your mouth daily as just a daily routine to help with inflammation in the head. And brain. And then the other thing, we have continuing education workshops and other libraries of information. We have Oil Camp. So inviting all of you to do Oil Camp. It's the first Monday of every month, and it is little tiny videos. So it's like a 2-minute video where you can learn a whole bunch of ways to use tea tree. And then there's another 2-minute video, and it's a whole bunch of ways to use frankincense. Like, it just gives you little nuggets of information so that you can can keep using those. So those are two different things that are happening. And we have, like I said, a whole bunch of information because this is very much a lifestyle, a way of living in high energy versus have a bottle of oil that sits on your shelf and collects dust. And then if you are interested in getting into these, so I mentioned this is called Lifelong Vitality. If you already have your own wholesale account, which a lot of you on the call I think already do, you can go right in and just type in Lifelong Vitality or any of the things that we talked about, and you can it'll pop right up. When you are on the Lifelong Vitality Pack or MetaPower, the MetaPower Advantage, when you add that to your cart, you'll see on there, there is a customize your package, or maybe it just says customize. And when you click on the Lifelong Vitality, you will see a option for discounted items. So when you have Lifelong Vitality in your cart, you can get PB Assist and Terrazyme for a discount. You can get the MetaPower for a discount. So you'll just pay attention to that so you can save yourself some money on that aspect. But this is what we were talking about. Now, if you don't already have a wholesale account, let me just share with you a couple of things. If you do have a wholesale account and you don't. So let me stay on the frame of mind of if you do. So if you do, you can add the Lifelong Vitality in. You're already getting wholesale prices. So you get that 25% off. So you're getting it at wholesale price. You have two different ways that you can order this. You can just do it as a standard order, or you can do it as a loyalty rewards order. Loyalty rewards order is basically like a wellness box monthly. Every month you go in and you pick what you want, and then they give you cash back essentially. So you get doTERRA cash. So I order on loyalty rewards. We take the supplements. My husband and I we both take MetaPower. So we add that in. We use doTERRA's shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, all of it, cleaning products. And then we earn points back. I use the points for our oils. So we don't essentially pay for our oils because we use the points back on that. So that's just a nice little hack, and you can customize it. You can pick the date that it ships to you. So that's a nice little feature for those of you that already have the wholesale account. The other thing, if you do already have a wholesale account and you put in an order this month, doTERRA's promotion is free. Nope, it's past the 16th. Okay, so a free bottle of DigestZen and a free DigestZen soft gel with any order of 200 PV. So that comes free. And then tonight, our promotion for anybody that's on the call is whatever your order is from here until the end of let's do the next 24 hours for the sake of making it easy. You'll get match dollar for PV. So what that means is if you put in 100 PV order, you get 100 PV and free oils. 200 PV, 200 PV. So you would just tell the person that invited you what you want for your freebies and send them the screenshot of the order. Then if you don't have your wholesale account, or you don't have a wholesale account, you can just get this Daily Habits kit. It's like a starter kit, and you would get the adaptive for free. If you wanted to add on, we have a little promo code. You'll see it's right here. You can add that in. But if you wanted to add on and you bring that order to 200 PV, so it's just adding in a couple other things, you would get the bottle of DigestZen, the DigestZen soft gels, and a diffuser for free. Plus, you're going to get the match thing as well. So basically, there's a lot there to think about, but talk to the person that invited you and they can help you out with that. And then I think that was it. As far as, if you want to we do all sorts of different continuing education. On Saturday is the MetaPower workshop. That's at 9 a.m. We're going to talk kind of like this about as far as what MetaPower is. I've been using it for about 4 months and I'm loving it. So we'll just have candid conversations. We can have open questions and all of that. If you're interested in learning about affiliates or partnering or teaching your own workshops or any of that, will help out with that as well. But that's all I have for tonight. And I'll stay on, Ayla, if you want to stay on, if anybody has questions or anything that is on your mind. Oh, there's a chat. Stop sharing my screen. I have someone that wanted to take the Lifelong Vitality, but she had open heart surgery. Her doctor looked at the supplement text and said that she can't take them. I'd be interested to hear why, and if you could maybe like just see if she can ask her doctor what the reasoning is. I haven't heard that before, but we can always dig into it and do some more research. There's the cool thing with doTERRA is there are a lot of people that are very knowledgeable resources that are in the medical community affiliated with doTERRA. So we can find out. I don't know. I've never heard that before. So I don't know. It's interesting when it comes into the medical community because every doctor has their own philosophy on holistic health. And so it really like you could go to one cardiologist and they say, no, absolutely not. And then you go to another cardiologist and they're like, this would be the best thing for your heart. So that's also personal preference, I think. You're welcome, Donna. Thanks for getting on. This is a little bit different of a style of workshop than we've taught before. Cool. Yeah, you weren't surprised. Yeah, unfortunately. What else? Anyone else? We have 2 more minutes before I was intending on wrapping up. So if anybody has any questions or things that maybe you have a testimony that you want to share or a way that you use oils habitually.
I realized I didn't even share my other testimony that I had about the LLV just because
Let's hear it.
I guess it was, but yeah, I originally got into doTERRA because I had a severe skin issue that was going on my face, and I got invited to a doTERRA class on a whim. And I had been to many doctors and dermatologists, and they just kept putting me on rounds of antibiotic, which was only in the long run, you know, worse for my gut health. And I learned in the class that what's going on with our skin is directly connected to our gut health. And so once I was able to fix my gut flora through the LLV and proper nutrition, my whole skin thing cleared up on its own. So that was a huge turning point for me with the LLV. And that's what got me into the whole holistic lifestyle in general, because that went on for like over 2 years. And then I started doing my own research, and yeah, led me down the whole path of all things natural.
Cool. Thank you for sharing that. The Lifelong Vitality testimonies always blow my mind because there's so many good ones of like different, from hormonal to digestive to energy and stamina to brain fog, like that.
Well, and that's why I shared earlier, is because, you know, like that last month, you know, that was just going on for me. So that was on my radar that I forgot to even be like, well, actually the real testimony is this.
Real
but
thing.
I'm just like noticing other things like, oh, you know, like this is actually kind of, you know, so.
And that's why I feel like this lifestyle is so, one of the reasons is I think that we get to know our body so much more and are able to listen to the signals that our body is sending us without all of the other stuff, like all of the sludge. I just feel like I had so much sludge in my body 8 years ago that I had no idea what my body was saying other than it was mad. But anyways. Well, thank you everyone for getting on. And if you want to stay on and ask questions when it's not recorded, then feel free. Otherwise, thanks for getting on. If you want to join Saturday, awesome. We would love to see you there. Otherwise, I'm sure we'll see you around.